Thank you. My partner has reassured me that my hair is fine. It's okay. Hello. Yes, I got reminded that Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance existed, so I had to listen to that. Now, on to Final Fantasy XIV. Revengeance's OST is fucking brilliant. Absolutely incredible. I forced Alex to watch like the first 2 minutes of the legendary Maxer's video, like a summary, a bad summary, an incorrect summary of Metal Gear Solid 5, an incorrect summary of Metal Gear Revengeance. And we watched like the first 2 or 3 minutes of it, and they were just like, wow, that was weird. What was that? And I was like, hang on, let me explain. And I grabbed my phone, and I looked up the moment in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance where Raiden chucks a Metal Gear Ray and then splits it in half with his sword. And I was like, let me show you. This is what the game is. And they were like, oh, that video makes a lot more sense now.
You're talking about me?
I'm talking about the Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance video that I made you watch that was just meme after meme after meme after meme after meme.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if the editing added the shiny bullshit or if the game...
No, the shiny bullshit is intrinsic.
He added some extra bullshit too, though. There was a little bit of shiny rainbow bullshit.
He added...
on top for effect.
He added a minimal amount of extra bullshit, though.
That's true.
He added less extra bullshit than you thought he added. Bryce makes a... Amaz makes a great additional point. That boss, where he flips it in the air, the giant mech, and then splits it in half, that is the tutorial boss.
Well, welcome to the game.
Well, right. Let me remind myself where I actually am in the story using my notes, because I didn't stream on Saturday because I was sleeping the entire day. And then I was like, I'm gonna do a makeup stream on Sunday, and then Sunday came and I slept the entire day. So I had a lot of good sleep this weekend, but in terms of our notes, let's see, what actually happened? I think our last notes was Zeralja striking, right? And then we were like, hey, yeah, we're gonna split into 2 teams. One team will defend the city, one team will go in and attack. Hi, Jesse. Sad Cowboy Hours? What about Sad Cowboy Hours? There's a big dome. We do have to worry about the big dome. Also, congrats. I'm scanning through to make sure I didn't miss anything in the text. Congratulations. Congratulations. Why are we congratulating? Congratulations. I haven't even seen Evangelion. I was very tempted to say Cowboy Bebop or some other anime, but that would be completely incomprehensible. Tony, you're blocking my light. What an asshole. He's gonna go eat his brother's food, and we're not gonna notice because I'm in this room. Alpha, no! What are we up to? No, Will, that's not Televic. I'm scared. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Oh, I need my notes. Where's my notebook? There it is. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you parts of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Warclamont that... There you all are! Fuck, what does Warclamont sound like? It's been a week. I can't be expected to remember things a week later. Ah, Lamati. Congrats on finishing the tutorial. That's the funny thing. I haven't even played Revengeance yet. It's on my list of things that I probably should play. The only problem is that Revengeance falls into that category of game which I know I really should play, but I have seen so much of because I was convinced I was never going to play it because it was just on the PS3 / I didn't buy many games as a kid, that I know so much about it now that Can I name all the levels back to back without even, like, having played the game? There's the Metal Gear Ray introduction where the guy that Raiden is bodyguarding gets assassinated. Raiden gets his arm cut off. You get deployed to the second level with the staircase that if you cut up, you soft lock yourself. That is where you fight Wolf. Then you have the factory level where you fight Minstrel, is her name? Then you have the city level where you fight the puppet dude. Then you have the in a building level where you fight all the Minstrel and the puppet dude again. And then fight Sundowner on the roof. Then you go backwards through everything. Then you fight Sam. Then you have the short military base level, and then you fight Armstrong. Ah! Nah, you skipped Mexico. Damn it! Which is the best level because of Raiden's hilarious poncho. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that Raiden was in that. Also, hi, Jesse. Thank you. People have been very generous with gift subs recently. This is the most subscribers I've ever had at 14. Shout out. I appreciate it. I also appreciate, there's no good way to show this off, but Alex has little rose-shaped ice cubes, and I've started enjoying old fashions recently, so I have a little rose in my cup, and I have no way to show it off, unfortunately.
That's not true.
I have no way to show it off effectively because my webcam would not be able to pick it up. Okay, my webcam might be able to pick it up. Hang on. Hi, Tony.
See, the trick is to...
Look at that!
Isn't that beautiful?
You can almost see it.
Try moving into this angle instead.
Ah!
It's a rose!
It's a rose! By any other name, it's an ice cube. But it's in the shape of a rose. Why would you take a sip of the old fashioned that you knew you were gonna hate?
Wow, that still tastes terrible. Here you go.
Tastes like cough medicine. Beautiful. I was gonna say I don't have to worry about you stealing my drink, but you just stole my drink.
I stole a single sip. You're fine.
Well, divorce. We were just playing to call... Not married. We were just playing to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope. It was all the encouragement I could ask for. Where's my pen? Right then, let's get going. We leave from the Shocktoral Skygate. That sure is a shape that could likely be understood to be a rose. Fuck, I didn't start the bot. Hang on. I forgot to start the bot that actually does the commands that are in the title. I do have to actually... I should make a bat file that I can just click and it'll do all this. There we go. I should probably care about the warning and stuff. Okay. Now... Shriveling bot, you disappointed me. Oh, is it because you can't do it in replies? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, I need to fix that then. I need to figure out how to actually make it so that it knows, because technically when you do a reply, your thing starts with the reply thing. So you can't actually do just these default things as part of a reply. That's annoying. Really? Really? Huh. Okay. Well, that's fine. I can probably figure out how to do that. But for now, Unfortunately, the mods command does not work as a reply. I'm disappointed. I'm devastated. Anyway, to the Skygate. We gotta get back to Shock Toral. We gotta go on the offensive. I didn't accidentally leave the thing up, did I? Nope, we're good. Oh, I also meant to delete the ad showing the number of... man, I was so proud of myself for having this mods command and I didn't clean it up. Oh well. Right. Anvil, are you at all annoyed about the fact that you have to carry everyone's supplies? If the train isn't operating, we'll need to consider other means of travel. Well, alright. Ooh, dungeon? Dungeon? I actually don't know how much longer we've got. What, what quest are we on? 96. We are on 96. Okay. I'm getting to that level 100 space. Everyone's here? Good. This is it, my friends. We go to strike down Zuralja and secure peace for Tuliolal. We'll be passing through Shaloni, where they've made reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. I assume we're going to be entering this new area relatively quickly, actually, then. He keeps his backpack full of snacks. It's all trail mix if it's meant for the trail. Oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. Wait, weren't those over the water? The Landsguard had told me about them. I need to turn down the game on my side. Also, that probably means I need to turn it down. There. The Landsguard had told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took to looming overhead. Oh, so these are different ships. A display of force, like the vessels in Tuliolo. Indeed. And while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. We'll be passing a few settlements on the way to Shaloni Station. It's the perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Decca and I know a few locals who could help. Then let's divide into two groups. Anvil, Alize, and Decca will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go and inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone is finished, let's reconvene at Shaloni Station. Oh, is Ishtola coming with us? I thought she was on the stay-at-home team. I guess Ishtola's coming with us. Wait, no, that's definitely on. They must just be seeing us off, basically. We can start with Hisatawi. That's where the Dust Watch is based, if I remember correctly. You do. The Sheriff Kamaka should be able to tell us a few things. They did say that they were just seeing us off, and I instantly forgot about that because I'm just so damn smart. She wanted to see the dome! The dome! The Grasslands Dimmadome! Oh, is there any ether over here, by the way? No. Good bit away, good bit away, good bit away. Let me unlock this section of map, goddammit. Thank you. Don't I feel better? And I ran through a bush. Well, Barrage is a very strong chocobo. If there's one thing that pisses me off about stealth games, and this means nothing, but I always get mad whenever you move straight through bushes. Do you know how annoyed I was as a kid at the fact that bushes were so goddamn thick in real life? Anytime I knocked a ball in there, or the dog ran into a bush and they were just completely inaccessible. Meanwhile, in video games, you just walk into a goddamn bush and it's actually lighter than air. Ah, it's you two. And I'll be Valwork Lamont as well. You're the sheriff of the Dust Watch, yes? What's the situation here in Usatawi? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating there, holding position. That said, I've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Sheswat Shishanawezi Springs yet. Apparently, mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If this is true, then the people there are in danger. I worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I'll pay a visit to Mawahitsoan. I'll accompany Aaronville. See you all in a while. Later. Clearly, you've never frolicked through the ferns. No, I respected the fact that ticks existed. I grew up in the Midwest. We got told that if we stepped off the sidewalk, ticks would eat through our skin like paper. Also, howdy, Polaris. I don't want to catch Lyme disease. I like meat. And all clear this way. The mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. Ticks are the worst. My uncle got that thing where a Lone Star tick bit him and he can't eat red meat for like 12 years. Alex's mother can't eat red meat because ticks bit him. Alex? Does your mom know that theoretically the red tick not making it so you can't eat meat might not be permanent?
Yes, she is aware. She occasionally tests her luck.
Apparently it's like 12 years.
Oh, she might be at that spot then. That's cool.
Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Walika and the others are out investigating and they've confirmed that Nita Wickwee is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. So those who were riding the train are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked in Yasalani. What a mess. And just after we finished fixing the tracks. Okay. It took me a second to process that, but the train actually got all the way there and then back again. Which is incredibly funny considering that the train disappeared down the tunnel and the dome appeared like 5 seconds. Are you good? Oh, wait, no. Are you dead? Mechanical structure shows no signs of life. It appears to have been run through with a pole arm. Good. Good job. I'm proud of you all. Oh, hey, Wooklebot. Oh! You know, I was just about to complain that Estinian hasn't really been in the expansion that much, but... Dekka, you came! As you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, shoulders clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never had the chance to ask his name. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Yasalani. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namika is well. Yeah, he's fine, probably. So Hooker is a brand.
Yeah, it's a very specific brand. They've got really lovely leather chairs and couches that last for like decades.
I didn't know that Hooker was a brand until I looked over and saw their brand name big on your screen. So I just saw your chat message that you were looking at Hooker furniture. And I went through... I managed to get through 3 stages of grief. I would like to get a new table before we replace the couch.
I mean, they have tables.
You're getting Will into pole dancing? No. We're trying to get the cats into it as exercise.
Would you be interested in pole dancing?
I mean...
I will do pole dancing if you do pole dancing.
No.
Damn it.
I would be very interested. I think it would be a fun afternoon to get like an introductory course as to how it works. Because it's fascinating. I would never get into pole dancing. I can't even get into like doing push-ups. I don't have the patience to get the core strength to do pole dancing.
But Will, when you're good enough at it, you can shoot arrows while on a pole suspended. Which I've seen happen.
I'm concerned that that is the first example that you are able to dredge up.
fans of an archer. I was a fan of an archer who would do trick shots and like show how different movies did the trick shots. And he was
Amaz posted in chat, quote, "I've also seen that elfin British man's videos."
Isn't he awesome?
You heard about the spearman as well. That couldn't be anyone else. I'm sorry, I need to... Hang on. I have something stuck in my teeth that is making me want to drill a hole in the side of my face. 1 second.
Look how beautiful his chair is. It's so luxurious.
The bead pattern on the armrest feels familiar.
That's because that's its signature. Hooker Furniture is actually a very well-known and well-respected brand. Ah! This is the couch my grandfather has. He's had it for years, and it is still in perfectly functional condition. And by years, I mean, I grew up on that fucking couch.
If it really was a fucking cow. Never mind,
No,
I want
no,
to abort
no,
from this.
No.
He shoots arrows in stiletto high heels. Fascinating.
He doesn't always wear the stilettos. He just does it to show that he can.
What's this? Someone spreading more gossip about me? Close. Talk about who saved the town travels fast. That's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. I thought you'd oh god. I can't do an Estinian voice at all, but fuck it. I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? God, that's so far off. So you were indeed the one keeping the people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Galul Jaja is slain. I'm afraid so. Jaralja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done. Mark my words. You're going to help her, I assume. Well, duh. I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength. In which case, I will remain in Shaloni and keep an eye on things. I'm disappointed, but I understand. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kuana. Kuana? Brother? Wait a second! You're the Vow of Resolve? I am. And you're Zekawa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely! If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Shaloni, after all. Deca can attest to that. You're doing great, buddy. Glad to hear it. We'll leave Shaloni in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away, then. Why do they have to make it BDSM gear for this area, anyway? For the leveling gear. Is it just BDSM gear for the casters, or is it for everybody? Stay safe out there. And don't do anything reckless. Estinian. Glass houses, man. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. I think they tried to make it Mad Max. Right then, it's time we head into the station and join the others. God fucking bless. Now I understand why y'all wanted me to look at the gear and stuff locally. I was just like, that seems weird. It's just cowboy gear, right? Do they want to see Deca in a cowboy hat that badly? Nope. Turns out they want to see Deca in only a cowboy hat, which is not this type of stream. I don't do Pixiv, I'm sorry. I'm extremely curious. God, I hope it's a hand trolley. Please tell me that we have to get down the tracks on a hand trolley. It'd be so fucking funny. What man kingdom do you suppose he claimed within his borders? I'm extremely curious about what area we're going to walk into. Is it a transformed area of, you know, not Shaktural. Oh, no, yeah. Is it a transformed area of Shaktural under the dome? Or are we actually walking into, like, a shard right now? Not a shard. Is it a shard? Splinter? I forget the term that Final Fantasy XIV uses for its different, splits. Thanks to Estinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shaloni. Shard is acceptable, reflection is also used. Okay. The Hetsaro was safe as well. At the very least, there were no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It is composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning ether. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Zoljan and his army emerged from within, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. Hey, what's up, y'all? These are the engineers of Shaktural Railing, which operates the train between Shaloni and Yoshalani. When we went out to recover the train, we had a look at the dome through a telescope. I should actually write down that the train came back fine, and that the passengers who were dropped off are there. It was then that we saw it. A large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. Am I the only one that's thinking of Light Space Emissary from Super Smash Bros. Brawl? You're telling us part of it is inside and part of it is outside? That seemed to be the case, yes. While we only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and, well, whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area was heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yasalani? Wuklamat's nursemaid and was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here are accounted for. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yasalani. But when that big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress sits on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? We should strap TNT to a hand trolley. Assuming the fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. I like that even Wuklama's like, wait, hear me out. Zoaljar wants me to prove that I'm Father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tuliolol. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day, and in so doing keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through the defensive with a single decisive blow. And we have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurling to explode on impact. I was joking! Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were the train's in one piece, and now you want to turn it into a bomb. The train's not important. Our dream was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains left to run on them. Is that what you want? You want these invaders to stop our dream of having railroads? The worst possible outcome? Oh god, they're actually pissed off at the idea. Or he is, at least. It's a sacrifice we have to make. I do not trust you. I mean, I trust you, but I think that you're insane. But we kind of need insane right now, so carry on. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. Least we can do is help them. But, Chief... Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. You haven't fallen once yet, so kind of a weird line, but okay. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train. So have faith, and quit your complaining. Who up railing their roads? But what if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. Okay, that's funny. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. As a former steam rail engineer... What the fuck? Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? God, I should have spec Dragoon for this. There's no changing of mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. I was about to ask. We'll keep your wife safe. Have I not told you the story yet? I used to be a steam engineer. A train I worked on blew up. Okay. First sentence. Okay, I'm interested. Second sentence. Fascinating. Third sentence. I am putting my drink down. We are pausing the stream. A train you worked on blew up while you... Were you... I assume you weren't on it. Please tell me more about the time you were on a train that blew... I was there, about 10 feet away from it. Oh! Abbas, from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad you didn't blow up. There would be no room for doubt if I was next to a train that blew up. I would introduce myself like that and be like, "Hello, my name is Will. I was once working on a train that blew up 10 feet away from me. So you said that you were my partner's mother?" The engineer who was on the train, I screamed at, "Get the fuck off the train!" I like to think I've put a not healthy amount of thought to how long would it take me to react if someone told me to get the fuck away from X. Like, if someone told me, "Will, get the fuck away from the train," it makes me wonder how much time it would take for me to hear them, for me to process that, and for me to be ready for it. Jimmy lived. He sprained his ankle jumping off the train as the first propane tank exploded. There were 6 propane tanks.
Well,
How did you know the propane tanks were about to explode? What's up?
I've told you to get away from something before. Like, to get the fuck away from something.
Did I react quickly?
Yes, you did. You actually panicked at me because I used my real military tone instead.
What was the What was the context? When did you yell at me to
It
get?
was something small. It was just because you were about to step in something that would freak you out, and I didn't want to deal with that.
I think there's a small difference in severity
But-
between me almost stepping in animal poop and a train blowing up.
Yes, but the point is that you weren't sure how you would react to somebody doing that.
I always
You
hold.
would react quickly and with panic.
I always hold the only emergency situation I was ever in that was actually an emergency situation. There were two emergency situations that I was in. One very small and one also pretty small. The very small one was when my mom and I were cleaning out my room when I was like 15, 16 or so. And my mom was like, "Do you want to keep that lamp?" And I was like, "Nah, it's fine." And I reached over and I flipped the switch, and then suddenly my hand was engulfed in fire. And then I remember turning off the lamp and withdrawing my hand, and I was perfectly fine. I think it was just like a flash of fire, but it scared the shit out of us. The small emergency situation was I went to the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign for a short period of time. While there, I helped out with a box competition, which is literally just, it's basically like picture a big, I'm gonna say 40 foot by 40 foot square space, where the point is that college kids build robots to complete tasks like knocking balls into their goals, opening doors to get more balls out of it, maybe like completing simple block puzzles. And the gimmick of it is that there's like 4 of them in the space at once, so you need the strategy of not just your robot going around and grabbing and manipulating stuff, but also you're competing with like 3 other people at the same time. It's kind of like, this is might be too random of a poll, but it's kind of like Diddy Kong mini games as a robotics competition. Diddy Kong racing mini games. The small situation that I was in was I was standing by as like a assistant or whatever, basically, at this, because I was a freshman at the time. And it was the first day of competition, and there was a quadcopter, and there was a robot that was basically a metal cube with a lithium-ion battery taped to the top of it. And the quadcopter flew a little low, and it knocked into the cube, and it skidded along the top of the cube. And I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, according to everybody else, I was in there so goddamn quick. Apparently, I told them to shut the robot off. They shut the robot off. I removed the like shielding to let me actually enter in the thing, and I was on top of the robot with a fire extinguisher within like 10 seconds. Apparently, I moved really quick. I have no memory between the quadcopter hitting the robot and me standing over the robot with a fire extinguisher. All of that is just gone. But I do remember standing over it, looking at it, because it was a lithium-ion battery fire, and we didn't have a fire extinguisher rated for that. So I just had to kind of puff it occasionally to make sure that the fire didn't floof up again. Anyway.
I have too many experiences to just list them off like that.
You were in the military. It doesn't count.
That's what I mean.
Anyway. Can't start a family business without her, much less a family. Well, don't worry, sir. We'll bring your wife home to fuck soon enough. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But we're good friends, and my loving wife beside me. That's all I really need in the end. Oh, she's gonna die. Well, at least it'll go down as the legendary train that saved her all. That it will. But first, we've got work to do so that she'll look the part. This is pretty minor, but it's weird to me how little bite has been in this expansion. Oh, hang on, let me finish this first. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Well, keep that in mind, 15-year-old child. If any of you are willing to and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. Excuse you, she's 16. Oh, excuse me. She died already in an alternate dimension. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. / I barely remember that. It seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tuliolol and inform Koana of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. It was the Charlie Fellows and Shadowbringers. That was their source versions. I forget. Okay. This is probably due to me not doing enough of the side material. But it has always surprised/confused me how strong a connection there is between characters in the source and characters in the shards. That's so confusing to me. Does that mean that, like, I understand that, like, everybody in every dimension is like a split up soul of like an original Ascian or something? Question mark? But, like, does that mean that every time someone gets pregnant in one dimension, someone has to get pregnant in another dimension at the exact same time? Like, what exactly? What happens if, like, someone in the source just, like, has a crate fall on them? Do people in the other dimensions just, like, fall over of a heart attack? Kinda, probably. I don't think the writers dwell on that detail too much. Well, fair fuck enough. As long as we can all agree that it's kind of funny, then good enough for me. Are there other me's? Yes, I guess, since there was that Warrior of Light in the first, wasn't there? I didn't really think of that as a shard of me, but I guess that makes sense. Kind of makes me wonder who the Warrior of Light was in the 13th. Was it the Reaper Lady? Even only just having met them, I can see how important that train is to Walika and the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. I don't know, I feel like I would let my house blow up to save the world. Would I let my house blow up to save the US? Well, I have no objections to the plane itself. I have one concern. How can we be certain Zeraljar will not strike Tuliolol in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tuliolol, and it'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed. If anything, we're more likely to put Tuliolol in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Zeraljar, at least until Tuliolol has shored up its defenses. Right. We'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us, during which time Kwana will find a way to fortify Tuliolol. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. I think it's really heavily implied that Golbez original was the Warrior of Light of the 13th. I need to Google who Golbez is, because I don't remember. Golbez, Final Fantasy XIV. I assume I need to specify Golbez, Final Fantasy XIV. Ah, yes. Kind of. I almost remember this guy. I'm real close to remembering this guy. I don't remember most of post-game Endwalkers. Endwalker. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Deep voice, big armor. I mean, yeah, I remember him being in the moon? I don't remember most of post-game Endwalker. I remember liking it more than people who were in the chat. Looks like work is getting underway. We'll finish in no time at all. So, what can we do to help? No need to hold back. Well, as I understand it, the two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during the right of succession. What do you happen to know a few who would be willing to come and help us complete modifications to the train? Of course. What sort of craftsmen do you have in mind? Let's see now. A gold worker, perhaps? Because that's all I got. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attacks. Alex, out of curiosity, what does this taste like to you right now? Bad. Cherry? Oh, I forgot to put a cherry in this. The bitters.
The bitters.
Yeah. Fair enough. Even with you all aboard to fend them off, it'd be over in an instant if they managed to get just one good hit on the cerulean tanks. According to our witnesses, the soldiers used lightning-based weapons, so I have a mind to install grounding rods. Wait, in a moving vehicle? How do grounding rods work in something that's moving? Would you happen to know a carpenter who can handle that? We could ask the fellow with a fetish for formalities. You mean Wakevu. While he has his quirks, there's no questioning his carpentry. Oh, a master carpenter from Morgano, eh? If they'd be willing, we'd be glad to have them. But we'll need more than just a carpenter if we want this done in a timely fashion. We've got a lot of equipment that needs moving. Heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up to the task? Fontaine is the skinny little elf man, right? Who's Zermaware? I almost want to check my notes to see if I written this down. Who the fuck is Zermaware? Oh, is he a giant? Yes, he's the luminary. Okay, cool. God bless having notes. Zermaware would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than the Yaqui, and I'm sure he'd be willing to help. You're friends with the Yaqui? I'll be damned. Will not want for strength with help like that. Next, I'd like to outfit the train with some powerful weaponry of its own. Like as not, the soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We'll need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I, for one, can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons we can use? Well, let's borrow guns from Koana. Guns, eh? While they'd be suitable in theory, it takes no ordinary marksman to hit a flying target. The ballistas did not seem like the right choice. So it needs to be something that doesn't require that level of skill and precision. But weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I can be of assistance. The Crystarium employed etheric cannons for its defenses, and I see no reason why the design cannot be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive of them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite material and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fontaine can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal, so long as it's highly conductive to ether. To power the cannon, we will require fire-aspected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might be as the miners over at the springs can help with that. Then if I could leave the crystals and smiths in everyone's hands, I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Right then, I'll secure us the smiths. Thank God we're right next to the Capitol. The Void stuff was a 6 out of 10. It worked as a story, but I feel like it didn't add anything meaningful. The Void stuff was always on the table whenever Dragon / Alex is brought up. I could see it being a Warrior's Darkness and how Edward's linked into shield breaking, this kind of thing. I'm interested in the Void because I firmly believe that there will be an expansion set in / based around the Void. If you had asked me to put money down, I would have bet it would have been Dawntrail, but obviously not. So I'd be surprised if it was Evercold, because I feel like if it was Evercold, everyone would be talking about how we're going to the Void in Evercold. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't brought up. If it's not brought up next expansion, I'm going to be like flabbergasted. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Shenzo's in charge of our supply, so it might be good to talk to him about it first. Well, I think we're set for a plan. Thanks for the consultation. Now let's get this train dressed up and give her the proper farewell she deserves. Onwards and upwards. I'm vaguely aware that Evercold is set somewhere cold. The plan's coming together. To make good speed, I'm going to try and enlist some more help from among our friends back in Yaktural. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I saw Shenza over to the southeast. Like, my brain will never say that something isn't possible, especially after everyone was kind of blindsided by the sci-fi gun surfboard riding dudes in this one. No, not surfboard. They were riding aerial jet bikes, excuse me. That's actually really funny, Alize. It's a shame Sid and his engineers aren't here to help. If they were here, I'd expect they'd turn it into a flying train. Like fucking God bless. Damn, they would over-engineer this thing, wouldn't they? That should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. What can I do for you? I need fire crystals. Etheric cannons. Interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive metal, so I'll take care of it. I'm not sure about the fire crystals, though. It might be best if you spoke directly with a miner. Can I leave that to you? Well, Alize is right over there, but I don't see why she would know about... Great! You're friends with Ayate, aren't you? One of the best miners around. If anyone can get you the crystals you're after, it's her. I mean, we did know there was going to be some sci-fi shenanigans in this expansion due to what we've shown the fan fest. The exact nature of it was not immediately obvious, though. Interesting. Very interesting. So I've got some water at the bottom, too. There we go. Now I just have a wilted ass rose.
Damn.
I mean, it's just a block of ice at this point. Oh, Deka. What brings you out? What's up?
It's not their fault.
No, it melted.
I'm gonna block your light for a minute because your kitty's over here and I love
Yes. Isn't that void so adorable?
He's so beauty.
The blackness demands affection.
Such a handsome boy.
Oh my god. You've revealed him.
I did.
We've unlocked him in the fighting game roster.
If I scratch right here, I bet he'll think about it. No, he just looked at me and was like, "Why are you doing that? I don't like that spot." My bad.
No, Ghost is not Tony. Ghost is very fine with overt affection. You've seen me treat him like pizza dough.
Yes.
You can toss this cat.
You can toss this cat.
He loves me.
Yes.
Nim, 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 nim. I'm so short.
The new meds. We're giving me attic. Wait a minute.
Have a good nice thing.
Nobody's allowed to make fun of my hair. I know it's terrible. Goodbye.
If anyone makes fun of their hair, I will ban you. Oh, Decca. What brings you around these parts? Purest fire crystals, you say? Well, I think I heard about them before, but what was this about? Oh, we're gonna build guns. You're from the country. You like explosions, don't you? Now I remember. Cereal. I didn't like hearing them laugh in the other room. You can find them to the south of town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their gut, if you can believe it. If you want the purest crystals, though, you'll need to go after the oldest, toughest animals. Nothing you can't handle, right? I'll show you where you can find some to hunt. Looking forward to seeing why Anvil thinks so highly of you. Ghost hair? Oh, I could be relentless. His name is Ghost because he is a little shadowy black cat who likes to emerge and hide in the darkest places and jump scare me like a dickhead. Originally, I didn't actually change his name. Originally, we went with the same name that he had at the shelter, but after having him for about 2 or 3 weeks, I was like, nope, his name is Ghost. He's a dickhead. I love him. Oh, those things. Yeah, I remember seeing those. There's quite a lot of fiery wildlife in these parts. We think it's due to the cerulean, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not often you see the bigger, dominating sort, and that's what you need. What you'll have to do is hunt down a few of that kind. Establish yourself as a threat. That's known to draw out the leader. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with the idea of these things being conscious enough that the leader will be like, my family. You've killed them all. That's the spirit. While you're on the hunt, what the fuck? While you're on the hunt, I'll keep watching nearby to make sure no hapless travelers come stumbling in. He's a dickhead. I love him. Every cat owner ever. Not true. There are some cat owners that think that their cats aren't dickheads, and they are not to be trusted. They are to be treated with apprehension. It is incredibly important that cat owners know that their cats are dickheads. What do we got? Oh, these are interesting. So they're separate from the Dar. I should have been able to tell from the fact that they have a completely different name. But alas, here I am. Oh, that is not the right button. Oh, whatever. Dumb cats are so delightful, smart cats are good, but dumb cats are just so endearing in their idiocy. The problem is that every cat is capable of immense buffoonery. You just don't know for certain until the buffoonery takes place. Even the smartest of all smart cats will look like they don't have a brain cell left in their body once they slip on a high place. Amazing! You've dealt with the beast in no time at all. You need the crystals delivered to Shenza? I'll see that he gets it. Well, I'm heading back there now, but this works too. I like your outfit. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plans to enter the dome. I want to thank you for going to such lengths to stop these invaders. And though he'd grumble if he knew I was asking this, please, take care of Elaine Speer. Anyway, I'd better be on my way. And you as... Oh yeah, Anvil, fuck. And you as well. In case you're going to meet her, I saw Work Lamont heading for the station. I think that's gathering gear. It's neat. It looks cute. Oh, I forgot to say this. This expansion really hasn't had that much in the way of, like, bite compared to, like, Endwalker and Shadowbringers. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that's really important, actually, to, like, know your place in the grand narrative and not try to, like, out-depress the previous expansion every single time you make a new expansion. But it's still mildly surprising. And yes, I am saying this after the city got, like, attacked and everything. But that's really the only, like, genuinely sad tonal moment that we've had in this expansion so far. Like, don't get me wrong, it's funny because I'm saying this also after we went through the Mamulja area, which was meant to be depressing, I guess, but I was too busy being angry about Bakul Jaja in order to actually be sad about it. 50 casualties! I can't believe it. So you're asking for the game to start causing you pain and anguish? Yeah. I queue for ladder games on chess.com. I'm used to it. Shenza told me you got the crystals for him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. Ugh, damn it. I'm idle for a moment and all I can think about is my home. Keep your chin up, Anvil. We'll be on our way soon, and we'll find your mother. Isn't this supposed to be the beaches episode expansion? I mean, yeah, that's what I meant when I said, like, it's important to remember their place in the grander narrative. You can't maintain the emotional stakes of Endwalker and Shadowbringers. Period. And if you try, you're just going to end up making your emotional stakes feel cheap, and you might end up making Endwalker and Shadowbringers feel cheap. You do kind of need to bring down the tone quite a bit and, like, reset it. I think the Dawntrail was always kind of doomed from that perspective. I respect them for trying as hard as they have. I have some more comments, but we'll get to that when I finish the expansion. At least in Dawntrail, we're outfitting a train and not building a mountain. It'll be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about a time together with Papa. Oh, she'll talk your ears off. Once my mother starts, there's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right. Let's return to helping where we can. The real work begins when the extra hands arrive. Don't be Dragon Ball Z. Exactly. I love the bird people's happy face. It's so fucking funny. Thanks for making... Okay. Other small tangent before I continue with this cutscene. I used to be able to tell, I think with pretty solid accuracy, whether or not a cutscene would have voice acting or not, based purely off of the camera movements. If there was a panning and rotating camera, it had voice acting. And this was true through, basically, like, through Endwalker. So I appreciate the fact that I've not been able to tell so much recently. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting so many of you. Since the attack on Tuliolol, I'd been wondering if there was aught I could do to help. So, when I heard about the upcoming operation from Valkuana, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of mezcal. Here, here. My glass is empty. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. Well, while I assist with the efforts here, Luminary Garfler does the same at the capital. I'm truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish, and then a fucking orbital rail strike. Let's get to it, my friends. I can't tell if Wooklamont has abs, and it's bugging me so much. Yes, let's get to it. Like, she has a very toned stomach, but I can't tell if she has, like, protruding abs. Why did we have a Disney song? Have we had a song with lyrics? Period? Great question, Will. You know what? Fair enough. Let's make a weapon of mass destruction? No, you're being mean to weapons of mass destruction. We're making a perfectly normally... She's getting a tutorial on how to fire the turret. Are we about to have a turret section? Final Fantasy 14? Aww, that's cute. And look at me and Gratia having a little chat. Okay, this cutscene is cute. It's a little silly, but... Alright, everyone. I'll do it. I mean, it's more than a little silly, but... You've done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting the armored cannons. Have yourselves a hard-earned rest. Also, anybody who complains about totally jarring things, I'm pointing you at the mountain! Thank you all for answering the call. No need to thanks now. Whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed. We must all do our part when our nation is imperiled. Hear, hear. We love Turel, and we love you, Val Wooklamont. I love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Why am I still expecting like smash cut to the next cutscene when everything blows up? Saccharine. Saccharine is the word I'm trying to think of. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. She was being harassed. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't tend to be mad at things that people say when put under immense stress. Thanks again for all your help. Wouldn't have been able to finish so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. Won't be long before the train's ready. It's still an incredibly funny cutscene, though. Level 97? Hey, it's time for a dungeon. From here on out, we won't stop work until the train's ready. If you have any preparations, that'll be a good time to see to them. The boarding call will come before you know it. Are several cutscenes about to play in sequence? Chud's gonna chud. Man. Wild placement for a song, though. There were legit criticisms about Wook and some of her particular voice lines. Some of which were literally re-recorded after 7.0. Oh, right. Wow. Maybe
we're just about done with the modifications, but I have to stress that we cannot afford a test run.
I like your voice.
It's fine. We understand and accept the risks. We have faith in you and your craft. I'm sure everything will go to plan. With all the hard work everyone's put in, it couldn't be otherwise.
All right.
Finished at last.
We just taped a bunch of big old wooden spikes to it. Wow, it looks like an old-timey fort.
pinnacle of locomotive engineering, the Dawn Blazer.
It almost looks like an early ironclad warship, but with wood. What happens if someone shoots the rope?
Amazing!
Yep, she's been fitted with wooden armor and a crystal grounding rod to mitigate the effects of lightning. Naturally, we had to overhaul the engine so it could handle the extra weight.
It does kind
I
of
also
a...
had her outfitted with the ferric cannons, the better to contend with enemy forces. And as they're modelled upon those used at the Crystarium, I can attest to their potency.
So,
Tony.
what do you reckon? Given the tight turnaround, I'd say we did a damn good job.
Let them try to stop us in this. It's also a shame that that we're gonna have to blow it up.
Glad she's to your liking. I hate to let go of such a beautiful piece of machinery, but I know you'll give her a proper send-off for us.
We'll send her off with a bang.
At the risk of spoiling the mood, we should probably get moving.
Yep, you won't get far if you let them pummel you from the air, but you'll be safe enough once you reach the tunnel.
God help us if they thought about digging up the train tracks.
In that case, I will conceal the train with a spell once everyone is on board. It should last long enough for us to reach the tunnel unnoticed.
Right. So everyone, are we ready?
I will always be happy with a little ear wiggle that Gahatia does. I have expected Cryle to start doing
We've
it.
done all we can. Rest is up to you.
I won't let you down.
Don't die. The mood is so light and happy.
All aboard!
I'm jealous of male Miko and their ear wigglies. Do female Miko do not get the same ear wigglies? Miko.
Vanish.
Oh damn, he dude got my whole damn game. Nope, there we go.
At this speed, we should arrive at the dome in no time at all.
But not before we're spotted, I expect. Stay alert!
Am I actually about to get a turret section in Final Fantasy XIV?
Here we go.
They fly now? No, wait, they were flying before.
Stand fast, everyone.
No, you don't.
Oh fuck, they have normal guns.
They switched to firearms!
Oh fuck, that's smart. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Raha, jump!
Jimmy, no! Look, Lamont, please tell me what your plan is. Look, Lamont, please tell me what... Are you deflecting bullets away with your axe? Simply axe the bullets away.
End of the line, everyone!
Christ, their ankles. Okay, that's pretty funny. Do you think they noticed we were here? I think the worst you could say is, oh wait, did it not work?
That was too close. Still alive, Erinville?
Mostly.
Did no one get shot? Did Anvil get shot? He was favoring his side. Okay, no, we're good. Good job. Typical Amazon delivery. Oh, cool. That did work. Hi, Tony. Do you want affection? Tony.
At last, the enemy stronghold. We should hurry before they can regroup.
Let's go and find out what's inside.
Alright. Cool. New duty. There's a bait for it. What's up, buddy? Yes, we couldn't have made it this far without the train. Wait, question. How is the engineer gonna get back? There's no way Solskjaer will be able to ignore our explosive entrance. I mean, probably not. I'll try to remain out of sight, but oh, it's up to you now. I can make my own way back, so don't worry about me. Take care and good luck. Well, yeah, look at all the cover that she'll have to make her way back from those enemy flyers. She'll be fine. Aetherite, clearly? Fair enough. I mean, if she was that good at Aetherite, you think that, she wouldn't have to worry about... She wouldn't have to worry about, being good in a train. I wish Final Fantasy XIV would remember it more often. No, I'm glad they don't bring it up very often. It cheats a lot of situations to make them less interesting. Once you add teleportation to a setting, it does make problems a lot more straightforward in their solution. If I ever write a story set in modern times, I'm never going to set it past like the year 2000. Because the problem is that the internet makes a lot of stories so much more boring. Much more convenient for us all, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, stories are a lot better when there's friction, and unfortunately, the internet solves too much in the way of friction. I should probably bring in the next group of people for us. Hey, Tank, you're good, right? how it's just kind of assumed that every team campaign has the equivalent of cell phones now. Yeah. The problem is that D&D is actually one of those settings which is benefited a lot by the introduction of everyone has a cell phone equivalent type thing, because it's really clunky. You need to have role players who are really willing to pretend that they don't know what all the other players know because they're sitting next to them, and they have to be good at it. There's a bit of leeway there in terms of just everyone has cell phones. A train passed and everyone said what was going on while that train was passing, you know, like, it's a little awkward. Role-playing the area of miscommunication is really sticky, especially when the realistic situation is there would be a miscommunication that you have to work through. Unfortunately, working through miscommunications is a lot easier to pretend rather than to actually do. Do they have a motorcycle? Is that a motorcycle? Oh shit! Y'all could have tried to dodge. I'm gonna trigger the next fight. Don't mind me. Motorcycle. Pretty objectively funny for them to just do a bunch of fucking random attacks. Am I going to die? No, I'm fine.
No holding back!
The cool part is the teleporting has already been mentioned. It's easier for us to do it because Aether is so dense, IRC. Yeah, I mean, like, for us, it makes sense. But the biggest friction definitely it really became a stress point in Endwalker, with the idea of, like, we have to stretch ourselves out as a group, and it's more interesting when the entire group isn't fully available to solve all these problems because there's more stress in trying to solve it. But, you know, we introduced teleportation to the setting. But it was in 1.0. Anima was a resource you had to replenish over time, and you could only teleport so many times per day because of it. Fascinating. What a well-intentioned, terrible mechanic. This place does have cool gear sets. The last time people said that, it was BDSM gear. Do you promise? We don't even have a motorcycle. This sucks. Wingblade engaged. Oh, everyone's leaving. I assume I should leave too. Oh, shit! I should replay Mega Man Battle Network. Authorization to disengage limiters. All units commence firing. Oh. That seems unfair. What a weird way to have... I assume this is setting up for a later boss, actually. Because there's no point in doing that special circle. It's essentially the same thing as a big-ass orange explosion marker. So now I'm curious about where we're going with that later in the dungeon. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You know what, that's fine. Okay, I'll earn my right back to shit-talk the NPCs for being unable to dodge stuff when I actually managed to successfully dodge something. Beware the wing blade! Hi, Tony. Bye, Tony. Oh, fuck. I really hope this is safe. Thank God. Oh, neat. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hang on. No, I don't want to wear the BDSM suit, actually. Fuck. Wait. Just replace the head, please. Ooh, what is this? Neat! That actually looks really sick on Deca. I almost want to keep that on, but I'm not going to. Because we're gonna have civilian cutscenes and I'm gonna forget to take it off. Is that carrier? Welcome aboard! The reason for that specific attack tell is because the boss had a laser sword. It would change the AoE but not the marker, so you gotta see it. I don't fully understand, but I also am very much trying to not completely fuck up my combos either. As the one character that is able to do damage when playing with NPCs, I would very much like to not get through this slower. You know? Okay, into Tron. Listen, as long as we don't see Jay Leno, it's fine. Not Jay Leno. Jared Leto. Jared Leto? Fuck, I don't remember. The guy who mailed the rest of the cast used condoms for Suicide Squad. Jared Leto, I'm 100% right. I just need to have confidence in myself.
Allow me.
I assume we're still complaining about teleport mechanics in 1.0. Oh, okay. Oh, I understand what you were saying, Ogon. I didn't understand what it would mean if the boss would have the sword in the other hand. But now I understand, like, if they went the same way, but had the sword in the other hand, it would be different. But in that example, they swapped directions. Unfortunately, I've become lost on what Elix and Shadow were talking about. Alas. Oh shit. Try to pay attention to chat for 5 seconds and I almost get shot. We were talking about the 14 endgame? 14, what if we came up with the worst interpretation of this idea? Endgame, or? I'm talking about 1.0 coming up with the dumbest method of an economy. I understand, okay. I didn't catch what you were talking about, but now I understand what you are currently talking about. Alright, time to get to the end of this hallway. Oh, no. This hallway does make me want to finally pick up the Halo remaster. I will always have a soft spot for Halo. I commonly cite the first game I ever really played being playing Halo 1 with my brother. So it's hard for me to react negatively to a new Halo game. I can't use my buttons? I must have been too close or something. Oh, I'm out of mana, aren't I? Fuck. Damn, what am I? A level 37 white mage who just started playing the game? Based off of my inability to maintain combos, there's some merit to that.
Try this!
Sorry. What I was talking about with Halo was just this hallway, sci-fi hallways. Just a long, big-ass hallway with this, especially these pillars on the side, just remind me of level 5 of Halo 1. And for those who don't know, the Halo Campaign Evolved game that came out is like a remake of Halo 1 that I've been curious about. The internet is being very mean about it, but I asked a Halo fan what they thought about it, and their reaction was very positive. So I'm curious, I'm interested, I'm hopeful that it's a very pleasant game to play through. Graha, show me where to stand. Never mind, Graha, I'm scared. Just hold me. Oh, fuck. Could you imagine being a black mage in this fucking dungeon? I bet all of you have black mage at level 100, so never mind, don't imagine that. Just have my sympathies. Oh fuck, what happened to me? Jesus. Why am I being stunned? Am I paralyzed? Oh fuck. Oh, I gave myself paralysis by walking into a fence. Never mind, I understand why I'm dumb. Wicklamite, you good? Alright, let's try that again. I haven't touched Black Mage precisely because of fights like this. Seems fascinating to try to optimize, and I mean that in a diminutive way. I almost picked Black Mage for this expansion. It was on my short list. I'm just gonna try my best to actually survive through this part. My damage can suffer a little bit. It's fine. We're not playing with real players. Look, Lamont isn't gonna call me a slur in party chat. A motion-sensitive bomb has been affixed to me? What the fuck? Well, I moved at the wrong time. Ooh, what the fuck is this? Oh no. Oh, I got hit. I almost just instinctively dodged out of the way of that.
Just the beginning.
Just the beginning? It better not fucking be. What does a motion-sensitive bomb has been affixed to me mean? Any movement when effect wears off will result in destination. Copy. So I need to be, like, here. Casting counts as a move. Got it. What the fuck is this sort of... Oh my god. Fascinating. Thankfully, this isn't actually that hard to dodge. It's just a bunch of stuff that's trying to be a sensory overload. But boy, oh boy, is it working. Thank God. Do you hear that, Gaha? I was thanking you. Damn it all, power the cross bridge and release the beast. We can stop them there. Oh fuck. I am so sorry, sir. I was not admiring your lightning birds. Do you have any more? Because if you're gonna do it, can we do it now? Thank you. Work, Lamont! Oh, I didn't realize the acceleration. So acceleration changes my spells to a different spell. I forget the name of it, excuse me. I did not realize that it actually, using that spell, did not use my stack of acceleration. I was going to be annoyed about that, but no. Okay. I have understanding as to how Red Mage works, just a little bit. The timing on motion bombs always eludes me. Well, great. That means I've got a great chance. Bye, Tony. I'm watching my mana, but I don't think it's going to be an actual issue. Yes, I understand how this game works. I am the smart gamer. They say they've never seen a red mage play as well as me, mainly because they actually never watched Alizé do a thing in their life. Send in reinforcements! The commander will not tolerate failure! Oh, hey, reinforcements. Oh, fuck, reinforcements. Time to give them the proper dungeon treatment. Sounds like those bracelets will do nicely for me, but excuse you, I would like to wear the bracelets, please. Can I not change while in combat? Ugh.
Now I'll show you.
I wonder if there's any level of bizarre optimization you could do where like technically a lower item level item gives you like bonus casting or damage on your cast or whatever. So you could like bind a hotkey to swap to a different chest piece right as your spells go off and like really overly optimize your damage. That'd be funny. That's some classic WoW shenanigans? Yeah. Fair enough. WoW has always scared me. Eventually I'll try out WoW. I was curious about it. I actually almost jumped into WoW again instead of this. I say again, but I almost jumped into WoW instead of this. As like a, let me try that for like a long form game that I've always meant to play, but I'm not. I'm happy I didn't. It's not that I think that WoW is a bad game. I just, don't have the highest confidence in my ability to have fun while playing it. Final Fantasy will always be weird for me, just as a game which, oh fuck, they're actually not going to spawn anything else. Final Fantasy XIV will always be weird for me. It's just a game where it's like, hey, I, get this weird, unique experience of, like, the group of people who watch me play it and being able to stream it. Really changing the experience. You know, like the big group of people who shut up when I finish the Endwalker. Always a weird but happy experience to have. You know, when I'm not arguing with everybody about the goddamn mountain. Maybe I should add a counter. Just in chat, I don't know if people remember Lena Decoro's per counter. Maybe I should just have a counter for every single time I bring up the mountain in the stream. I'm only a little bit salty, but it's fine. Funny how this looks less technically advanced than the Nier Automata command center. A person? Like, not a robot? Wait, this is the development. That such a sheer breach should be allowed, but it ends now. Oh god, he has a mustache. Xander the Snake Skinner? Tony, wish me luck. Stop taking all my light, dude. Can you... Please tell me you don't think that that's wrong. Alright. There's something's not right about this. I agree. He has a mind control device on the side of his head. That's probably bad. Fuck, I pressed the wrong button, now pay me. Well, it's fine. Well, his health bar is going down quickly. That does make matters feel slightly better. Seriously though, you remember the boss fight I just went through, the one with all the lines and stuff where it was like, imagine being a black mage? I don't actually pity black mages that much. You know who I pity? I pity the monks. You are dying way too fast to be dead. Oh, over already. Enveloped in a gentle life. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, the revive mechanic. I call on the soul of the serpent, the great devourer. Give me the strength to destroy the serpent. Oh. You'll pay for the souls you've made me waste this day. Elaborate on that. Not lives. Souls. No, we're just using old-timey words for lives, I think. Oh, that's fair. Oh, that's sick. Oh, I like that as an attack mechanic. That's cool. Wait, that's cool. That's neat. I appreciate that. I mean, I didn't like the part where I got stabbed, but the rest of it was pretty neat. Oh, fuck! Oh, god damn it. Slitherbane rearguard. Does that mean he's gonna... Yep. Okay, I can pay attention. All I have to do is not get hit, and it's fine. Easier said than done for me. Screech. That's fine. Nothing bad ever happened to the red mages. Okay, now can I limit break? I saw rear guard and I still didn't dodge it. I do have a friend who only liked to play Monk back when he did play. He's a madman as far as I'm concerned. I mean, fair, but, you know. I actually, the first time I tried Final Fantasy XIV, which was before I streamed, Monk was actually the class that I was probably going to end up being. I started as whoever the Fisticuffs Brawler starting class was. And I think I was probably going to end up going into Monk. So, you know, dodge that. Thank God I didn't like Final Fantasy XIV the first time I tried it. Pugilist. Gesundheit.
What greeted us was not the home that I had left behind.
Oh, cool. New area.
There was no mistaking we had reached Yasulani. And yet... It was
so we're not...
wholly unlike my memories. The lands of my childhood had changed beyond imagining.
It looks like a satisfactory level.
To where had I returned? We tread on. The darkened skies above a mirror to my heart, clouded with fear and uncertainty.
How bizarre. This cannot be Yasulani, can it?
But, okay, if we're not in the shard, then where are we? Okay, yes, we're in the dome. It's got a giant lightning cloud going on overhead at all times. Fair enough. You, giant pillar into the sky. Are you how they're getting here from the other area? And why is a bunch of energy channeling out of the ground? Is the lightning the cause of how they're here / tied to their plane? Or is the lightning a thing that they're harvesting? The lightning ether in this case. I was prepared for something strange, but this is like another world. It's presumably whichever shard they're from is the one that is most aligned with lightning expected ether, I'm assuming. I don't understand. Welcome to Heritage Found. There it is. Fuck, there it is. They're terraforming us, goddammit. Oh, thank God, we're gonna get some nice hot chocolate. It doesn't make sense. The tower. Was it always there? Please say no. If it was always there, then I have a lot more questions about your upbringing. No, definitely not. Nor the wall over there. The material's not something we use in Tural. It's closer to what we saw at the gate to the Golden City, or those mechanical soldiers. Such a massive structure couldn't possibly have been built in so short a time. Wait, yeah, no, that's a good point. Then I'm inclined to assume we've been transported to another location. Or perhaps... Well, speculation will avail us not. We need to learn more before we can draw conclusions. Let's take a look around then. They airdropped in a fortification. Of course it was always there, would be a real Chrono Trigger moment. I've never played Chrono Trigger. I'll get to it. I won't get to it. I watched like 30 minutes of Barry playing Chrono Trigger at one point, I think. So that counts for something. Well, it counts for 30 minutes of watching Barry play Chrono Trigger, but, you know, regardless. Okay, do you look like a beast that belongs here? Honestly, Yak and Shock Tural have had such weird fucking creatures that I can't say for confidence that this is a creature from a shard or a creature that's supposed to be here. That looks like a train station, doesn't it? That must be Yasulani Station, where the passengers disembarked. Then perhaps we'll find someone to talk to there. Let's go and investigate. Chrono Trigger is a pretty neat game, and also surprisingly short. Definitely worth a playthrough. And also, you can beat it early if you beat the final boss the first time he shows up, which is hilarious. I know some things. Okay, I know one thing. No. There's like a Jaguar Catwoman, so I know two things. Okay, so we have structures that definitely are not supposed to be here, and structures that are supposed to be here. Could this be merging of the two areas somehow? Like merging the two things together? Nah. I'm pretty sure this is Yasalani Station, but from the state of it, I'd swear it was abandoned years ago. I'm not sure what to make of this. We should look around a bit more. Wait, oh, could time be affected inside the bubble? Well, we'll know that if we find any survivors, I suppose. Why would everything be dilapidated? It's clearly been many years since anyone lived here. Tracks are heavily rusted, which seem they haven't been tended to in a long while. This is a water tower for trains, isn't it? Yes, good job, Alize. You keep looking at that, buddy. You're doing such a good detective work. I'm so proud of you. Pat pat. Seriously, why does this look like a weird satisfactory level? Why were they... Lightning is striking from above, presumably from the ether, but those can't be lightning rods because you wouldn't need them to be connected to each other. They have to be for gathering or transmitting energy of some kind. Is that a robotic soldier? Finished poking around, have you? Let's gather everyone then. I want you all to take a look at this. Along with some of the Ace Attorney streams, I'm going to be streaming Ace Attorney soon. I knew a lot about the first Ace Attorney games. I have the Ace Attorney trilogy for some reason. Someone gave that to me. But I knew way too much about the first game. So I didn't want to stream it because I knew everything that happened in it. At least from a... I didn't know literally... I knew enough that I knew all the plot points beat for beat. I just didn't know how the actual trials progressed. So it was really fun and relaxing to play through solo off stream. But now that I've made it through the first game, I am probably going to end up streaming the second and third games sometime soon. I had a lot of fun, and that was only a couple days ago that I finished the first game, and I want to play more of it. Who gave me the Ace Attorney Chronicles? Someone gave it to me, and I don't remember who. It's one of the mechanical soldiers, long since broken anyway. Hang on, wait. I can double check this, can't I? I'm curious. Oh, is the short... Oh, Big Walk is actually just on the front page of Steam. Ace Attorney. Who the fuck? Ace Attorney Trilogy, whatever. Fuck, it was too long ago. I don't know who... Damn it. I don't know if there's a way to tell. No one's taking credit for it. How do I tell who gifted me a game? Steam, is there a way to tell? Steam, how to tell who gifted a game? Oh, cool. Bada bing, bada boom. Steam settings, view account details, view licenses. It won't let me go far back enough. Have I really bought all of these games? What the fuck? That can't be right. I have 500 games. Wild. Ace Attorney was a gift / guest pass. God damn it. Yeah, apparently I have to just check my email. Oh, fuck. Which email of mine is linked to Steam, though? I have to know this. I'm so sorry. Well, considering I searched Steam on my primary email, and the first thing that popped up was about a train. Probably not this. There we go. You received a gift copy of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Ah, there we go. It was Greg. Shout out, Greg. Actually, yeah, I can actually do that on Twitch. If I can remember where the underscore is in the name. Yeah! Please tell me that's the right person. Yeah, that's Greg. Right, anyway, back to what I was doing. But I say its presence confirmed this is indeed Zeralja's domain we're in. Are we going to get a robot as a friend at some point? What about the rest of you? Did you learn anything? So all evidence suggests this is Yasalani's station. Aye, but I've no doubt to win, and I've no doubt to win Yasalani. But I don't understand why these buildings are so run down. Hi, Tony. I'm gonna steal you. They were completed barely a year ago. For new structures to deteriorate and enormous ones to appear in a flash. If I didn't know better, I'd say time flows differently here. Is such a thing even possible? We've encountered this phenomenon before, as it so happens. In the Crystal Tower? Though it may be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. And so, God, did we not give her the rundown on shards before we entered the... In some respects they are similar to one another, but in others wholly different. We call them reflections. Oh, I also completely forgot that in the first, everybody who went to the first experienced like 5 years of time or something before we got there. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may have come and gone in another. God, I sure remember that. But if this is Yasalani, then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. Unless they pulled Yasalani into the other shard. I'm not sure I follow all this talk of reflections and dimensions. But if Anvil says this is Yasalani, then it must be. Your village is a little further along, right? Anvil! Oh. Yes. It's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there the next then. Rather than talk theory, it's always best to confirm things firsthand. Thank who was there for 5 years, who and Jay and still over 30. Yeah. May I be of assistance? It's still functioning. You can tell this one's cool because it has shoulder pads. It doesn't seem hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions. Can you tell us where we are? Unable to confirm credentials. Bzz, please present citizen identification. Unable to confirm credentials. Bzz, confirm. Bzz, confirm. Bzz. Seems it's broken after all. Too strange by half. Let's leave it and get going. I can finally share this from last week, your prophecy. Is it a time distortion zone from Pokemon Arceus? Damn, that's funny. Are those lightning rods? Would you accompany me for a moment? There's something I wish to investigate. I was like, no shot, that was his first thought. To be fair, it was my first bit. Which is hard to say as a first thought. I can hardly claim credit. But I will claim circumstance. Tony, I swear to God, I'm gripping you. No, there's no escape for you. Okay. I dropped something. It's fine. I am training him on the ways of being held like a baby. See? Isn't this nice? Is this nice? Are you about to slash out your paws and cut up my arm? You're not yelling at me. That's progress. Okay, now Ghost is jealous and Ghost wants to block the light like a dickhead. Look at you, you're a baby. Look at him, he's a baby. He's a little baby boy. He's a little baby man. Alright. Thank you for letting me hold you. You may be free. Ah, don't cut my arm. I will train him like I trained his brother. Well, to be fair, his brother lets me handle him like pizza dough. I can literally toss the other cat, and he doesn't care. I haven't, but I could. Well, I've gotten close, technically, but I haven't. Look there. The lightning appears to be drawn to those pool-shaped structures over yonder. The design suggests there's some manner of lightning rod. Let's go and take a closer look. Do you have a sword? Oh, you do have a sword. Yeah, fuck. So you're sentient. How terrifying. I'm just gonna jump off this cliff. Don't mind me. This material appears to be the same as that used in the mechanical soldiers and warships. On closer inspection, it appears to bear fine etchings. Rather reminiscent of arcane runes, these. I suspect they're not merely decorative. I would posit it's used to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observation with Ishtola. For a blessing, the dome doesn't appear to interfere with link pearls. Okay, then we can't be in another dimension, because otherwise we definitely wouldn't be able to communicate. So we're in a time distortion bubble, but we're not in a different shard. Why are we here? Why is this here? Thanks for accompanying me. Let's head to the village and find the others. Like, if your only goal was invasion, you wouldn't need to terraform a section of the other area. You could just pour through and take over. Do they have to terraform an area for like the area they can teleport in? Oh, Heronville. Oh, fuck. This is his village, isn't it? Oh, no. Also, to be fair, if you haven't played Pokemon Legends Arceus, you should look up the time distortion bubbles, because they're literally purple lightning clouds. What in the world? Sorry, Anvil. We did the Disney song. Someone needs to be traumatized. Did you want us to sing a Girl Worth Fighting For while we were on the way here? Because I can walk back and start singing. Childhood home.
My home. It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
For the amount of destruction that has happened here, making room for the idea that lightning struck and destroyed a bunch of these houses and areas, they have to have been abandoned for minimum a year. This level of degradation naturally at least like 3 decades? Longer, honestly?
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
You're the girl that was in Tuliolol.
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sorolja has told me a great deal about you.
Sorolja?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria.
That's probably a coincidence. It's a coincidence, right? It's a coincidence. They wouldn't name it. They just happen to use the same name twice.
Soon, the Queen of Reason.
Okay.
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
King of Reason?
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
Good on you, Gahatia. You see this girl for 5 seconds and you're like, is there a king? Okay. Also interesting. Simple enough that it mirrors the, Tuliolol, though surprising / confusing. Why?
Then you were both behind the attack on Tuliyola.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I. It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zorolja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
It's subtle, but I appreciate the fact that here they're king and queen, not vows. It's more...
Indeed.
authoritative.
But I was once the sole ruler
Negative.
of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power.
The power of one man?
So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
He must not have been alone. What was the voice that was talking to him through the portal?
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yassolani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins.
How long have you been
Where
here,
did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know.
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself.
If this cutscene ends without you answering a single question, I'm stabbing you.
What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliolol suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliolol. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barrier surrounding our realm.
Your entire realm was this barrier?
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the first. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Shatona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You're right.
I think you're right too, but...
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tuliolol?
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolol.
And what were the airships used before Zorolja got here? Farming?
So he alone is to blame.
How convenient.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Wonderful. If you would follow me.
I don't know why, But Sphene is rubbing me entirely the wrong way. Isn't it a little odd for the queen to be walking about on her lonesome? Also, you were in Tuliolo?
Is that concern or suspicion?
It's suspicion.
If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid?
I want to stab you.
I jest, of course. But you do strike me as the most capable here.
Suck it, Kyle. Everyone's just like, what the fuck? Sphene did seem really weird to me initially, too. Mean to her? Of course. On purpose. Maliciously. I almost did say Alize, but I decided I didn't want to be mean to Alize for some reason. I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Any way you look at it, that mysterious girl who appears out of nowhere proclaiming herself queen is suspicious. Thanks for the hot chocolate, Alize. I appreciate it. Yeah. No, I'm mean to Kyle. I thought about being mean to Alize, but I figured that Kyle was the bigger fish. If not the shorter one. Well, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information. So, let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn. Perhaps about Sphene as well. I am bewildered. I wasn't expecting this, and I feel tremendously unsatisfied with the answers I've been given. Alexandria. Yes, thank you. Confirmed separate from Alexander, but weird. Oh, a crop field. Interesting. Have you ever seen such strange contraptions? Well, Work Lamont, you're clearly not the valid reason if you can't see the crops. Oh, they're growing weed. Neat. Brick buildings. Brick buildings? Those almost look... No. My brain was trying to think of other stone structures we've seen, and the only stone structures that I remember off the top of my head are the ones in the Mamulja territory, but, you know, that's completely wrong. Those are completely different in architecture. I trust you have similar farming facilities in Toral? No. They're completely different from ours. I've got no idea what all those machines do. We've settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Turali have their own methods of farming, which they wanted to continue employing. But the environments make it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electrope has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature cannot. Electro what? Electrope. It's a material we use for myriad devices and applications. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly to the outskirts. People gotta eat. Don't worry, you have a lot more bizarreness to get through. Thank God. I'm gonna go off stream at some point and get all the ether currents and stuff. Oh, hey. So you must be Turali. Tell me about yourself. There's not much to tell, but I'm Iopicano. That's the same style of name as the other names that we saw in Shock Tural. I've always had a fondness for growing things, and I've gotten quite good at cooking various types of produce. I can also tell how fresh vegetables are just by looking at them. This is Yuppie's Halo, an important part of life here in the outskirts. I work along Shaloki, who runs the place, and we cultivate a variety of vegetables. Well, they're Turali, but alas. Can't account for all possibilities in an MMO, so can't have every NPC have unique dialogue for holy shit, let me explain my entire backstory now that you've shown up here. Makes me curious as to if we're ever gonna get rid of this dome. Fascinating how they combine traditional bricklaying with electro-based engineering, a curious blending of two cultures. I'll admit, I've seen nothing particularly suspicious. Yet.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
They have had
Fiend. What business brings her here, I wonder?
Also, you have the head devices on. Wait, does she have a head device on? Does she have a head device on? I didn't get a good look.
Look well, Paquin,
She
eh?
doesn't.
And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
This is way too upbeat for...
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Namachi.
Me?
Almost as if she's the version of Orklamat from a different shard.
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can. Even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Okay, but why the device on everyone's heads?
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Don't tell them the truth.
Teliolol's vow of resolve, Wuklamart, and her companions.
Ugh.
They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
Sphene, have you ever learned that discretion is the better part of not getting a bunch of people murdered?
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wuklamant is still so young. Where are my manners? I am Papone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a Tonawautan to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
God, I hope that we don't start suddenly bringing up the past tense.
Kafkiwa. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasolani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say?
Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
I'd want to stab you.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
Are we gonna talk about the giant... Do they not care? Are we cool?
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
How many years has it been, man?
You needn't push yourself, Pepone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
Alright.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago.
Hey, Will, how long did you say those buildings had been dilapidated? Damn, I'm good.
Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoralja's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
Damn, I'm good.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Oh, that line does make sense now. I forgot that I was confused about that. Okay, cool.
30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence.
But if this is the same location, and if we're not in a different shard because the link pearls still work...
Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
Meaning... this is a piece of another reflection? I don't actually believe this, but the other question doesn't interest me. Because this can't be a piece of another...
I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sveen, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
I keep being distracted by the text on the back of her clothing.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
You can say Gaha is
Even
the
if I
expert
don't
flood
understand
time
half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoralja.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
You sound like a Fire Emblem NPC, and not like a main character. You sound like a random villager that would exist in, like, the hub of Fire Emblem 3 houses.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please. You needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
The American VAs for Dawntrail are pretty lackluster. Honestly, it's not a bad VA. I kind of enjoy his voice. It's just so distinctively undistinctive.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Hang on. Pipo NA FF14 voice actor. Eric Bura IMDb. He's in Marvel Rivals. He's in Star Fox. He's Moon Knight in Marvel Rivals, Peppy Hare / General Pepper in Star Fox. Jackson League of Legends. Damn, this is a legendary VA. Okay. Oh, neat. He's in Ready or Not. So funny. Okay. I called my shot. Are you in Fire Emblem? Fire Emblem Engage, yes. Fire Emblem Heroes, yes. Just Fire Emblem Engage and Fire Emblem Heroes, not Three Houses. And I barely played Engage, so, I don't know. But yeah, no, apparently he's a fucking legendary VA. Hilarious. Cool.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
I'm confused a lot by our standing here. Like, we can't talk directly about who... I forget her name.
I can't say that I trust her yet. But I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
Voice is like a communion wafer. Ugh. No, I don't believe that. It's not that bland. It's not really bland at all. It is just like really familiar and again, distinctively undistinctive. Ghost! Love? Love? Alright. No? Electro has done much to improve the efficiency of farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people want to preserve their old way of life. We do not want to force ours upon them. He went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciated that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Charlie tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there is no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Through mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Turali have learned a great deal from one another. And I'm sure there's much you wish to learn as well. So, please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. I have so many questions! Alright, unfortunately though, it's late and a work day. So we are going to have to crack open our notes, boot up my drawing tablet. There they go, acknowledging the language barrier and hand-waving it instantly. I'm vaguely aware that we, as a member of the first, or as God's favorite, I'm aware that we have some, like, magical bug. Hang on. Okay. Some magical thing in our head which lets us just understand all the words. How big is my writing? That's not right. That's back when I was writing with the thing. Oh, fuck. Have I managed to fuck up my mouse? I turned off my mouse. Why did I turn off my mouse? Okay. Let's see. It's very Japanese CD English voice. I mean, that might be why my brain thought of Fire Emblem Three Houses, because it's very similar to how people talk in Three Houses. Right. I mean, not actually a lot too late today. Is this still in Shaktural? Like, does this count? Yeah, I guess. Okay, so in Heritage found, we have the Kingdom of Alexandria. I'm incredibly confused about why this queen has been confined to this bubble this entire time. She kind of talked like she was. I guess I put her in green. I don't want to, but honestly, I don't want to put her in green entirely based off of vibes, no good reasons. So we have Sphene. Of reason. Negotiated. Co-rule. And I am going to put this in quotes. With I need red. Give me some red text. Thank you. Segal. Shah. In quotes, King of Resolve when he showed up. But then who was the voice that talked to him through the portal? It'd be real fucking funny if it was the alternate dimension version of Surrealja. I think basically everything else I can actually just capture in the dungeon, the name of which was what again? It was one word. Vanguard. And okay. What number are we on? 13. Gotta use this space eventually. And bada bing. Thankfully, this is actually a really simple dungeon to explain. Guarding a van down by the river. Dang it, you get the Baldur's Gate 3 theme in my head for that. Eating government cheese? Give her the slightly different green like a dress. Well, I color code to help me. My color coding is very specific. Blue is important story events. You can tell that there's like clumps of blue from me writing down events that happened. Green is characters on our side. Red is characters not on our side. Protagonists and antagonists. Good people and bad people. It's good guys and bad guys. Orange is dungeons, and like dark red is like trials. So people don't get their own colors, unfortunately. They just get like, are you friendly or are you hostile? Because I decided that 6 color coordination was enough for me. It's an old SNL reference. If you don't shape it up, you might end up guarding a van down by the river. I'm here for you. And to wake up Alex. Okay. Thankfully, Vanguard as a level is actually really simple. So the train that left in, what was it? Was it in 12 or? So the train that left in 12 returned to the station safely. We learn of a fortress conveniently on the tracks. Why did they... Hang on, wait. We kind of skipped over this. If they have a bunch of airships and only travel around by air, why the fuck do they have a railroad station in this fortress? Conveniently on the tracks. At the edge of the bubble. With the help of the friends we made along the way, the worst part about having a drawing tablet is that now I no longer have an excuse for my terrible handwriting. With the help of the friends we made along the way, The railroad is pre-existing. Probably didn't get rid of it for cultural reasons. But there was a door on the railroad. And there was like a fenced-in area with like cargo containers around the railroad tracks. We turn the... That's a terrible W. Turn the train into an armored bomb. And blow our way into the fortress. Listen, Jalasha, you can take our freedom and our nation, but we damned if you let us take our trains from us. After fighting through we emerge into ... Yasalani? But everything is rotten and abandoned. I can at least do better handwriting than that. I think I'm writing with the wrong pen thickness. I think I had it on 5 before, and I turned it down to 4. Yeah, that feels better. Sphere. Oh. Reveals herself. And takes us to... What is the name of this village, actually? The outskirts. Not the outskirts, the outskirts. Where we learn 30 years has passed in the bubble. Have a good night's sleep, Ogon. I mean, I think that's basically us for this, I do want to rewrite Heritage Found in a slightly bigger thing, now that I know that I was definitely undershooting it. But that's basically all that happened. We blew our way into... Come on. Alright. Yeah, that's basically all that happened. We got into the dome. Everyone made comments about how I had amazing foresight. I guess, how long have these buildings been here? 30 years? And then everyone lost their fucking minds again. GG's, thank y'all for coming. Next stream will be Saturday, hopefully. Assuming I don't sleep all day Saturday. But I'm optimistic. So, I will see y'all then. This is assuming that I don't randomly decide to start streams sometime this week to either start streaming Phoenix Wright like I'm going to, or not. I know for a fact that I've really been happy doing these Tuesday, Saturday streams to like force me to make progress on games that I want to make progress on. And I know for a fact that after I finish Dawntrail, I'm going to take a break to do a bunch of rapid fire games like Phoenix Wright, like probably a few other games, maybe Devil May Cry 5 if I don't do that in my off time, which I'm probably going to. But finish Dawntrail, take a break of a month or two to like rapid fire through a bunch of shorter games, and then after that will probably be my next big RPG project, which will probably be Baldur's Gate 3. Maybe at that point, Evercold will be coming out, and I'll decide that I'm ready for more Final Fantasy XIV. We'll see. That's all months in advance. But for right now, thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your nights. And I'm just going to end stream. Peace. Where's my mouse? There it is.